I'm confident for this fight. I don't want to talk of the after the fight. I'm confident for this fight. I want this belt, and I do my best during the camp for that. But everybody know my strength already. I can move very well. I can manage the distance very well. My striking is a high-level striking, and so I'm gonna manage this. I do this for me. Like the target is the belt.
Actually, why I'm actually a big fan of like Tom Aspinall as well.
Oh yeah.
You don't really see that anywhere, full stop, but definitely not in the heavyweight division.
No heavyweight moves like him.
No one moves like him.
He moves like a 185er.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
With that kind of explosive and that power, it's crazy.
Crazy speed for a heavyweight.
What if Ciryl Gane wins? And then John's like, I'm back. I already was in the testing pool. I was in the testing pool before he won. Give me a title shot. Would that not be the most ultimate move of all time? That would be hilarious.
That would be devious.
That would be hilarious.
It would be funny.
That shit would be hilarious.
He's gonna get hated on for that.
Don't care.
But it's gonna
he
be
would make
funny as
$10 million to become the heavyweight champion
over a guy he just took down relatively. My man came out, he threw a couple of strikes. He said, "Nah, we wrestling."
UFC 321 is fast approaching, and all eyes are on the heavyweight showdown between Ciryl Gane and Tom Aspinall. Gane has made it clear that he's coming for the title and plans to take it from Aspinall when they meet on October 25th. Focused and determined, Gane has devoted himself completely to training, cutting out any distractions. He's confident in his preparation and believes his superior footwork, distance control, and precise striking will make the difference. Gane also mentioned that his energy is centered on his family, friends, and team, choosing to stay away from social media noise as he pursues his goal of becoming champion. On the flip side, Tom Aspinall is relieved to finally lock in his long-awaited fight with Ciryl Gane after several postponements. This marks the fourth time the matchup has been scheduled, with the showdown set for October 25th in Abu Dhabi. Aspinall made it clear that his mission is simple: to stop Gane from ever claiming the heavyweight crown.
I'm confident for this fight. I don't want to talk of the after the fight. I'm confident for this fight. I want this belt, and I do my best during the camp for that. But everybody know my strength already. I can move very well. I can manage the distance very well. My striking is a high-level striking, and so I'm gonna manage this. I do this for me. Like the target is the belt, and I'm not focused on the social media, the people outside. I'm really focused on my family, my friend, my team, my goal, my target, and training. This is a different mindset.
Tom Aspinall understands the intensity surrounding his upcoming clash with Ciryl Gane, but insists the pressure doesn't rest on his shoulders alone. He pointed out that Gane has already come up short in 2 previous title fights, which only raises the stakes this time around. According to Aspinall, both men know what's on the line. Neither wants to stumble under the bright lights, making this battle as much a mental test as a physical one.
Finally, we're back after over a year hiatus. Ciryl finally signed on the dotted line. This is the 4th time we've been matched up together. And now we are matched up for the 25th of October, Abu Dhabi. Me and Ciryl. The 4th attempt is here, and this is Cyryl's 3rd title shot. We are going to try and get rid of Ciryl Gane from the title picture for good.
Meanwhile, Alex Pereira has hinted at a potential move up to the heavyweight division. And things are getting interesting as Poatan has set his sights on Jon Jones. The situation has stirred some confusion among fans. But in a recent interview, Jon Jones cleared the air. He confirmed that he hasn't retired, continues training 5 days a week, and remains active in the UFC's drug testing pool. Jones added that he's preparing for the UFC's upcoming White House event and will be ready to step in if called, though he noted that the ultimate decision lies with Dana White.
There's pressure on you every fight you have. Are you feeling pressure for this one?
Mate, absolutely. Absolutely, but there's certain types of athletes, there's certain types of people, not just athletes. There's those that pressure wears them down, and there's those who shine under pressure, and I am 100% part of the latter. But that being said, it's not just me who's under pressure. It's his 3rd title shot, mate, and he failed the first 2. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure on me, but there's also a lot of pressure on him. There's pressure on both of us. Every fight you go into, there's pressure. I don't know about, I can't speak for the rest of the fighters, but mate, I don't want to get kicked in front of millions of people. That's the biggest pressure in me. I don't want to get battered in front of millions of people. No way about it. So to me, that's the biggest pressure. Titles, all rankings, statistics, all that aside, I don't want to get beat up in front of millions of people. So there's always pressure.
Jon Jones remains fully committed to earning his place at the UFC's upcoming White House event. He's been training relentlessly, keeping himself in top shape to prove to Dana White that he's serious about the opportunity, even though he knows the final call isn't his to make. Jones also pointed to his involvement in the UFC's new media projects as a sign of his dedication, believing that staying active within the organization could boost his chances of landing a spot on the card.
First and foremost, are you retired?
I am not retired. I'm actively training 5 days a week, and I'm in the UFC's drug testing pool.
Great. And what's the status of the fight at the White House?
I don't really know. It's kind of out of my control right now. I'm training for the event. I'll be ready for the event. That's my goal. That's my intention. But ultimately, it's up to the boss.
However, Dana White has made it clear that Jon Jones won't be part of the White House card. According to the UFC president, the decision isn't about Jones's championship status, but about minimizing risk. White explained that the White House event carries major significance, and he can't afford to take any chances that might lead to complications on such a high-profile stage.
I feel freaking tremendous. I'm training constantly. The brand's in a great place. We're doing really cool things, cool people like yourself, and I'm just happy to be here.
Are you going to be a part of this White House card?
I don't know. I'm definitely training constantly for the opportunity. My goal is to just show Dana how serious I am about being in the event, and I hope he chooses me. But ultimately, it's in his hands. He's the boss.
It's got to be a good sign that you're here, though. Like with CBS and Paramount Plus and this big UFC deal, I feel like if you weren't in everyone's good graces right now, I probably wouldn't be talking to you, right?
Exactly. It's a great sign that I'm not only here, but a part of the production. And
Dana White also shared his thoughts on Alex Pereira's interest in moving up to the heavyweight division. He explained that in the UFC, jumping 2 weight classes is far more difficult than it is in boxing. White added that the light heavyweight division still offers plenty of exciting matchups for Pereira and questioned the need to move up, unless, of course, Pereira is already thinking about stepping away from the sport.
It's not even about him winning the belt. You know, about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong, especially the White.
Meanwhile, Chael Sonnen has suggested that Jon Jones should consider dropping down to challenge Alex Pereira for the light heavyweight title instead of staying at heavyweight. Sonnen believes a showdown at 205 pounds would not only raise the stakes, but also turn their potential matchup into a true championship clash, one that fans around the world would be eager to see.
What's your hesitation about him going up to heavyweight? He's mentioned it a few times in the past. He always wanted that Jon Jones fight, and I understand why maybe that fight wasn't appealing to you, but what is your reservations about sending him to heavyweight at this point?
Probably that he was a middleweight. He was a middleweight, and he's going to jump up 2 weight classes in the UFC. It's not like jumping up 2 weight classes in boxing. It's a big jump.
And as far as Yuri's performance,
and it's not that I have any reservations about it. I mean, the guy is he's in a division that there's still some interesting fights. I don't know. It's just I like the guy so much. We'll see. We'll have to talk about it. I just don't see why, unless he wants to retire, why throwing him in at heavyweight makes any sense. Other than I just end up saying he wants to do it so bad, I'll just say yes.
Interview 9. However, Henry Cejudo has floated the idea of a Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira BMF showdown, a fight he believes could even headline the White House event. Cejudo suggested that while Jones might steer clear of Tom Aspinall, a matchup with Pereira, now an even bigger star after his recent victory, would be a massive spectacle. He added that if both men decided to make it their final fight, it could go down as one of the most historic moments in UFC history.
The hot take of the day. If I'm in Jon Jones's shoes and I hear this and I feel this buzz and there's this huge fight and it has all of a sudden got my interest, but there's no title on the line, I can fix that real fast. I can say, I will fight you and I'll even find a world title because it's going to be yours. I'll see it 205 pounds. And if Jon Jones does that, my partner, we're having a very different conversation.
Oh, chill. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Michael Bisping also shared his reaction to Alex Pereira's desire to face Jon Jones at the White House event. He explained that Pereira informed Dana White of his intentions to move up to heavyweight, not only to challenge the winner of Ciryl Gane versus Tom Aspinall, but also to chase a blockbuster showdown with Jon Jones, a fighter many consider one of the greatest of all time.
I think what's next for Merab is the winner of Umar Nurmagomedov and Mario Bautista. I think because of that close fight that he did have with Umar, I mean I feel like it's well deserved, especially if he gets through a guy like Mario Bautista. And that, bro, the winner of this fight, Merab beats the winner out of this fight of Mario and Bautista. I think he should go up to 145 pounds. You know what? Call me crazy, Kush, but I do feel that if he does go up to 145 pounds, I think he could beat Alexander Volkanovski. I really do, man. If he's been able to do that to the majority of all of us, bro, imagine him feeling even better up a weight division. He could bring some problems to Volkanovski or anybody at 145 pounds.
Michael Bisping believes Alex Pereira has earned the right to chase the biggest and most exciting opportunities in the UFC, thanks to his incredible comeback story, thrilling performances, and massive fan support. Bisping mentioned that while fighters like Gigi Prochaska and Carlos Ulberg could be potential matchups, Pereira has already defeated Prochaska twice, and a fight with Ulberg would likely play into Pereira's striking strengths. He concluded that the most electrifying option on the table would be a marquee showdown with Jon Jones, even if it takes place at the White House.
What's next? Now, of course, he wants to go to heavyweight. Dana White said that he saw him at the Performance Institute on Friday. He told Dana face-to-face he wants to go to heavyweight, and you would assume that by going to heavyweight, he would mean wanting the winner of Ciryl Gane versus Tom Aspinall, which goes down in just a couple of weeks. But that's not what he wants. He wants to take on Jon Jones at the White House, the greatest of all time, depending on who you ask, of course. We're not getting into that whole debate, but that's what Pereira wants.
Michael Bisping continued the discussion about a potential Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones fight, calling it a massive matchup that would capture worldwide attention. However, he admitted that he'd personally prefer to see Pereira step in against Tom Aspinall, or possibly Ciryl Gane, with Aspinall being the more likely option. Bisping pointed out that if Pereira were to win, he would become the first ever 3-division UFC champion, an unprecedented feat that would solidify his place among the greatest fighters in the sport's history.
I'll say this, the man should be afforded some wild opportunities. What he did, the way he came back, the way he thrills audiences, the knockouts that he's had, the career that he's had, the impact that he's made on this sport, and the fan base that will once again be behind him is immense, okay? So I say give the man some fun fights. Yes, of course, there is Carlos Ulberg out there, and there is Jiří Procházka. Jiří, I could not be a bigger fan of that guy. I love that guy, but he's been beaten by Alex twice. I hate to say it, I don't think the outcome would be much different. Carlos Ulberg, yeah, sure. Make him fight Carlos Ulberg, probably beat Carlos Ulberg, because it'll be a kickboxing match. Ulberg's not going to shoot a double leg takedown. He's not all of a sudden going to turn into a Dagestani wrestler that he just beat, by the way, in 1 minute, 20 seconds. He would probably beat Carlos Ulberg as well. So what do you do with him? Well, you give him something.
Ciryl Gane wins, my life will crumble before my very eyes. You understand this, right? We can't have Ciryl Gane win. There's gonna be a conglomerate of MMA fans that are suspiciously pro Gane here for no reason whatsoever. Okay? Now these may be considered former Jon Jones fans that now have nowhere to go because Jones retired, that will now pretend to be Ciryl Gane fans and pretend to want Ciryl Gane to win for the good of the sport. I just think he's way better. Tom Aspinall's the correct prediction. It is a very risky matchup. Ciryl Gane is very, very technical. Ciryl Gane is harder to hit than any former opponent of Tom Aspinall. I just think his grappling is a weakness, and he'll be thinking about that in a fight with Tom. And while you're thinking about that, you've also got to think about being knocked out with any punch you get hit with. So it's just a lot for